Welcome to this training slideshow for the Safewards Mutual Help Meeting. The Mutual Help Meeting is a component of the Safewards package. An inpatient ward is a social community from which we can derive real benefits which shouldn't be ignored. If you were to ask a service user on leaving hospital who is the most helpful person you met during your stay, you might find them saying a fellow patient. We know therefore that service users can find relationships with peers valuable and therapeutic. With service users investing in each other's recovery, the ward could be said to take on extra staff. Service users will talk to each other, look out for one another, and are more likely to speak to staff if they are worried about a fellow patient. A study by Bowers in 2011 reported that up to 7% of attempted suicides in inpatient settings were prevented by patients. Strong cohesion in the service user group may also improve overall behaviour, as service users hold one another to account for their actions, reducing conflict. The Mutual Help Meeting is a vehicle designed to encourage these relationships. So what does it look like? The meeting is voluntary and open to all staff and service users. It should be held in the mornings and preferably every day. There is a simple 4-point agenda, and although there is no official time limit, we have found that a duration of 20 minutes is usually the average. Staff or service users may chair the meeting. However, the role requires active facilitation to keep the meeting to task. The ultimate aim of the meeting is to create a culture of service user helping and peer understanding. What do the staff need to do? Make sure a suitable room is available in which to hold the meeting. Inform everyone who is available to attend that the meeting is going to take place. A regular time slot will help with this. At the first Mutual Help meeting, you will find it useful to hand out the service user information sheet, which describes the purpose of the meeting. Keeping plenty of spares will help new patients get up to speed. Staff should help the chair keep the meeting to task. It is easy to let conversation drift off the agenda. Good contributions should be encouraged through positive feedback, and negative contributions reframed to make them constructive. The chair should try to give everyone a chance to speak, which may involve containing those who talk too freely and drawing out those who are quieter. More specifically, staff attending the meeting should try to think of things to contribute to each part of the meeting. This is especially important if you don't easily think on your feet. The chair should ensure that the agenda is covered and that everybody who wishes to do so has had a chance to speak. Staff should offer suggestions of how service users can help one another throughout the day. We know that people find value in feeling useful to one another. Staff should use the opportunity to encourage mutual respect and positive appreciation. This is especially valuable for building relationships, and staff should be seen to model this with service users and staff as much as possible. Without breaking confidentiality, staff should try to offer help in understanding behaviour. For example, following a disturbed incident on the ward, staff might explain that sometimes when people are unwell, they might say or do things that they don't mean. Finally, staff shouldn't be afraid to inform service users of what has actually happened on the ward. They will know anyway, and bringing it out in the open will serve to increase everybody's understanding of disturbed behaviour. The agenda. There is a round of thanks, a round of news, a round of suggestions, and a round of requests and offers. After this has been completed, the meeting comes to a close. The round of thanks. Starting with the chair, each person says thank you to at least one other for doing something for them since the previous meeting. Even the smallest things can be appreciated. Once everyone has a turn to speak, anybody may comment. This aims to start the meeting off on a positive note. The round of news. This is where staff should help service users understand potentially distressing events which have occurred. This could include things like fights, restraints, self-harm and attempted suicide. Confidentiality does not have to be breached, and talking about these events avoids them becoming potentially damaging ward secrets. Staff should also use this as an opportunity to remind service users of anything coming up in the future. For example, ward refurbishment, visitors, and fire alarms. Finally, this item of the agenda should finish off with staff asking service users to look out for one another and speak to staff if worried about anyone. A round of suggestions. This part of the meeting should focus on suggestions of how people might get on with each other better. Examples of this could be someone saying they are grumpy in the mornings and should be left alone mostly during this time, or suggestions of having a quiet time in the communal lounge for people to relax. This space should not be used to vent frustrations with one another. And try to avoid suggestions just about the ward environment. Having daily requests for a snooker table, not actioned, will serve to discredit the meeting. The round of requests and offers. This is potentially the most powerful item on the agenda. Try to encourage people to say how others might help or assist them. Examples of this could include having a coffee, playing games, going for a walk, having a chat. Try to steer away from requests being made only to staff, for example for Section 17 leave or for supervised sharps. Once people have made requests, anyone is free to offer to help. When everybody has had their say, the meeting should consider how to help those who haven't attended. All good meetings should have a logbook to record what has been said. The logbook should be kept in an area that is accessible to all service users. The meeting should designate someone to take minutes for each meeting. We learned that this is potentially the most difficult intervention to get off the ground. All new meetings take time to gather momentum, and this one requires dedication from staff to hold it regularly and make it valuable for service users. The meeting can be piggybacked onto other meetings, for example a morning planning meeting, but beware. Stick to the agenda. Avoid requests being made only to staff. Don't do it just to get it done. Service users will see through this. Refer to the service user information sheet in your pack. This will help to remind everyone of the purpose of the meeting. Finally, where it worked well, the meeting was highly valued by staff and service users alike, and became a fixture on many of the wards involved in the Safewards study. This completes your training in the Safewards Mutual Help meeting. More information can be found in your Safewards handbook and from the Safewards website. Good luck!